Bienvenidos al curso de inglés definitivo de Vaughan. Lección 5. Nivel Intermedio.
Gimnasia verbal. Preguntas indirectas. Annie, how's it going?
Fine, thanks.
Good stuff. ¿Y tú? And what about you? And what about you?
And what about you?
I'm fine too. So let's get straight to it. We're going to look at indirect questions today, which is something that Spaniards often get wrong when speaking English. For example, do you know what time it is? Here we have a direct question, do you know? And an indirect question, what time it is. Many Spaniards would say, do you know what time is it? Which is incorrect, okay? Because in the indirect part of this question, we need to observe the following order. Sujeto, verbo, subject, verb, siempre.
Okay.
¿Vale? What time it is. We're going to look at a load of exercises now with indirect questions, okay? Within the context of a direct question. Do you know if? ¿Vale?
Okay.
Lo que va a partir de do you know if, do you know what, do you know where, siempre va a ser indirecto, con lo cual siempre tenemos que poner o anteponer el sujeto al verbo.
De acuerdo.
Y no al revés, ¿vale? Muy bien. ¿Sabes si hay un banco cerca de aquí? Sería, do you know if there is a bank near here? There, sujeto, is verbo.
De
¿vale?
acuerdo.
Siguiente, ¿sabes si mucha gente fue a la reunión?
Do you know if many people went to the meeting?
Muy bien. People, sujeto, went, verbo. ¿Ok?
Muy bien.
¿Sabes si Pablo va a estar ahí?
Do you know if Pablo is going to be there?
Muy bien. Do you know if Pablo is going to be there? ¿Sabes si tenemos suficiente dinero?
Do you know if we have enough money?
Good. Do you know if we have enough money? ¿Sabes si tengo el trabajo?
Do you know if I have the job?
Do you know if I have the job? ¿Sabes si podemos ganar?
Do you know if we can win?
Do you know if we can win? Good. Ahora vamos a complicarlo un poquito, mirando esta vez. Do you know where? ¿Sabes dónde está Manchester?
Do you know where is Manchester?
Como, where is Manchester? Do you know where Manchester is? Sujeto, verbo.
Do you know where Manchester is?
No estamos preguntando dónde está Manchester, sino si sabes.
Okay.
Sí o no, ¿ok? Do you know where Manchester is? ¿Sabes dónde están Juan y María?
Do you know where are...
No. Do you know where John and Maria are? Sujeto, John and Maria, verbo, are. ¿Ok? Es indirecto, esta parte de la pregunta.
Okay. Do you know where Juan and Maria are?
Good. ¿Sabes dónde están las cuentas?
Do you know where the accounts are?
Muy bien. The account, sujeto, are, verbo. ¿Sabes dónde están mis llaves?
Do you know where my keys are?
Do you know where my keys are? ¿Sabes dónde va a ser el concierto?
Do you know where the concert is going to be?
Muy bien. ¿Sabes dónde estaba el informe?
Do you know where the report was?
Ahora vamos a cambiar de pregunta. Do you know what esta vez? ¿Sabes qué? ¿Vale? ¿Sabes qué es?
Do you know what it is?
Muy bien. Do you know what it is? It, sujeto, is, verbo. Muy bien. Y nunca decimos, do you know what is it? Jamás. ¿Está claro?
De acuerdo.
Vale. ¿Sabes qué son?
Do you know what they are?
Muy bien. ¿Sabes qué hora es?
Do you know what time it is?
¿Sabes de qué color son?
Do you know what color
Cala. Se pone cala.
they
color.
are?
Cala. Muy bien. Do you know what color they are? ¿Sabes de qué nacionalidad era él?
Do you know what nationality he was?
He was. Y nunca, do you know what nationality was he? ¿Vale?
Okay.
Sujeto, verbo. He was. Muy bien. ¿Sabes cuál va a ser el título?
Do you know what the title is going to be?
Good. Ahora con do you know who? ¿Sabes quién es él?
Do you know who he is?
He is. Muy bien. Sujeto, verbo. Do you know who he is? Y nunca, do you know who is he?
Okay.
Vale, muy bien. ¿Sabes quiénes son?
Do you know who they are?
Good. ¿Sabes quién lo hizo?
Do you know who did it?
Do you know who did it? Good. ¿Sabes quién es el cliente?
Do you know who the client is?
Good. ¿Sabes quiénes son nuestros clientes?
Do you know who the clients are?
Nuestros clientes. Our clients.
Our clients.
Ok. ¿Sabes quién era Bach?
Do you know who Bag was?
Good. Ahora cambiamos otra vez. Do you know why? Pero lo que sigue, lo que aparece a partir de do you know why, siempre va a ser indirecto. ¿Vale? Con lo cual, observamos siempre la misma regla. Sujeto, verbo.
De acuerdo.
Vale. ¿Sabes por qué estamos aquí?
Do you know why we are here?
Good. ¿Sabes por qué dije eso?
Do you know why I said that?
¿Sabes por qué Pedro se marchó?
Do you know why Peter left?
Good. Peter, sujeto, left, verbo. Muy bien. ¿Sabes por qué no fui?
Do you know why I didn't go?
¿Sabes por qué fueron a América?
Do you know why they went to America?
¿Sabes por qué lo hiciste?
Do you know why you did it?
Cambiamos de nuevo. Do you know which? ¿Vale? ¿Sabes qué? O ¿sabes cuál? ¿Sabes qué coche van a llevar?
Do you know which car car they are going to take?
Good. ¿Sabes en qué dirección fueron?
Do you know which way they went?
¿Sabes cuál van a elegir?
Do you know which one they are going to choose?
Cambiamos.
¿Sabes qué obra van a tocar?
Do you know which work they're going to play?
¿Sabes cuál compró él?
Do you know which one he bought?
¿Sabes en qué habitación están?
Do you know which room they're in? Ahora con do you know how?
¿Sabes cuánto mide él?
Do you know how tall he is? He, sujeto, is, verbo.
De acuerdo. ¿Sabes cuánto cuesta?
Do you know how much it costs?
¿Sabes qué lejos está?
Do you know how far it is?
¿Sabes cuántos hay?
Do you know how many there are?
¿Sabes con qué frecuencia vienen?
Do you know how often they come?
¿Sabes cuánto tiempo tenemos?
Do you know how much time we have?
¿Sabes cuánto costó?
Do you know how much it cost?
¿Sabes cuánta gente había allí?
Do you know how many people there were? La expresión de la semana. To have trouble doing something. Trouble is a synonym of problem or problems, okay? And we use it much, much more than problems. We don't really say I have problems doing this. I have trouble, siempre. Se escribe trouble, pero se pronuncia trouble, okay? You have an expression in Spanish, me cuesta hacer algo. I have trouble doing. Okay?
Okay.
For example, le cuesta atar sus propios cordones. He has trouble tying his own shoelaces. ¿Vale?
Vale.
Por ejemplo, me costó mucho encontrar tu talla, Annie.
I had trouble finding your size.
Good. Nunca le cuesta hablar en público.
She never has any trouble speaking in public.
Good. En el negativo decimos muchas veces, she never has any trouble, okay? I never have any trouble speaking in public. Siempre me cuesta aparcar en esta ciudad.
I always have trouble parking in this city.
Good. Siempre el verbo que sigue a have trouble va en gerundio, o sea que acaba en ing. Vale. Les costó llevarse bien el uno con el otro.
They had trouble getting on with each other. No le cuesta nada conocer a las mujeres.
He doesn't have any trouble meeting women.
Te va a costar convencerle.
You'll have trouble convincing him.
Le costó aprender el idioma.
He had trouble learning the language. Gimnasia verbal. To teach someone how to do something. It's not normal to say to teach someone to do something. It's much, much more common to say to teach them how to do something. Let's go then. For example, te enseñaremos a hablar inglés sería we'll teach you how to speak English, ¿vale? Venga, una pregunta ahora. ¿Me puedes enseñar a utilizar el DVD?
Can you teach me how
Teach.
Can you teach me how to work the DVD player?
How to work the DVD player. Muy bien. Fui incapaz de enseñarle a él a bailar.
I wasn't able to teach him how to dance.
I was unable to teach him how to dance, ya que no sé hacerlo yo. Muy bien. Enséñame a ser una persona mejor.
Teach me how to be a better person.
Good. Me enseñó a volar una cometa. Una cometa es a kite, ¿vale? K-I-T-E.
He taught me how to fly a kite.
Muy bien. El pasado de este verbo se pronuncia taught, no taught.
Okay, taught.
¿Vale? Taught, casi como tortilla. Vale, cambiamos.
Te enseñaré a cocinar una buena paella.
I'll teach you how to cook a good paella.
¿Cuál es la mejor manera de enseñar a alguien a hablar un idioma?
What's the best way to teach someone how to learn a language?
No te voy a enseñar a maldecir.
I'm not going to teach you how to swear.
Me enseñó a tocar la flauta.
She taught me how to play the flute.
Me enseñé a mí mismo a escribir a máquina con un programa informático.
I taught myself how to type with a computer program.
No le enseñes a fumar.
Don't teach him how to smoke.
Quiero enseñarte a pronunciar mejor.
I want to teach you how to pronounce better.
No me enseña a cantar ópera.
He doesn't teach me how to sing opera.
No puedo enseñarles a bailar el tango.
I can't teach them how to dance the tango.
Me gustaría que me enseñaras a conducir.
I'd like you to teach me how to drive.
Ella me enseñó a amar de nuevo.
She taught me how to love again.
Te enseñaré a dejar de decir tantas tonterías.
I'll teach you how to stop speaking such rubbish. To speak rubbish, to talk rubbish es hablar tonterías. Vale, enséñame a tocar el piano como lo haces tú.
Teach me how to play the piano like you do.
Muy bien, no me has enseñado a hacer nada.
You haven't taught me
Ujú.
how to do anything.
Bien, me gustaría enseñar al mundo a cantar en armonía perfecta.
I'd like to teach the world how to sing in perfect harmony.
Good. Phrasal verb, to put on. Me puse mi jersey porque hacía frío.
I put my jumper on because it was cold.
Good. Ponte el abrigo. Póntelo ahora.
Put your coat on. Put it now.
Bien. Put
No.
your coat on, put it on now. Muy importante colocar el pronombre it entre el verbo y la preposición, ¿vale? Put your coat on, put it on now. No se puede decir nunca put on it.
Ok.
¿Vale? Put it on now. Vale. Veremos otro ejemplo con otro pronombre ahora. Them, en este caso. ¿Me puedes pasar mis zapatillas? Me las voy a poner.
Can you pass me
My slippers sería
Can you pass me my slippers? I'm going to put them...
put them on. ¿Vale? Put them on. Póntelo.
Put it on.
Put it on. Póntelos.
Put them on.
Póntelo.
Put it on.
Póntelos.
Put them on.
Muy bien. Ok. Repeat the sentence then.
Can you pass me my slippers? I'm going to put them on.
Ok. Creo que me pondré mis gafas.
I think I'll put on my glasses.
Muy bien. Venga, ponte los zapatos. Póntelos rápido.
Come on, put your shoes on. Put them on quickly.
Come on, put your shoes on, no shoes. Put your shoes on, put them on quickly. Ponte tu chaqueta elegante.
Put your smart jacket on.
Good, your smart jackets. Good. Vocabulario.
El presupuesto es muy generoso.
The budget is very generous.
La reina visitó la embajada británica anoche.
The Queen visited the British Embassy last night. ¿Tienes una aspirina? Tengo un dolor de cabeza terrible.
Do you have an aspirin? I have a terrible headache.
A terrible headache. Muy bien. No le escuches, es un mentiroso.
Don't listen to him. He's a liar.
He's a liar. Ella ha dejado su maleta en el hotel.
She left her suitcase at the hotel.
Él tiene 3 hijos que alimentar.
He has 3 children to feed.
Good. Dicen que hay una cueva directamente por debajo de nuestra casa.
They say there is a cave directly under our house.
Under our house.
Our house.
There's a cave directly under our house. Good. ¿Tienes tinta en tu barbilla?
Do you have some ink on your chin?
¿Es una pregunta? Pues creo que no.
You have some ink on your chin.
Ok, mucho mejor. Gimnasia verbal. Was and were short answers. Okay, a very easy exercise now, but a very important one nevertheless. We're going to look at how to answer questions, yes-no questions, with the verb to be in the past.
Okay.
Okay, it's very easy, but it's worth practicing. For example, were you here yesterday?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was. Good. Were the Beatles famous?
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were. Was your first kiss great?
Yes, it was.
Good. Luego me cuentas. Okay. Was Napoleon French?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. Were you born in Spain?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was. Was Queen Sophia born in Greece?
Yes, she was.
Was Pope John Paul II Catholic?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. Were the English and the Spanish enemies in the past?
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were, but ya no, ¿verdad?
No.
Okay, no. Was your mother born in Spain?
Yes, she was.
Yes, she was. Good. Were your neighbours at home last night?
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were. Okay, we'll look at some examples in the negative now, okay? Was John F. Kennedy Spanish?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Were the Marx brothers Swedish?
No, they weren't.
Okay, Annie, you need to say weren't.
Weren't.
Not weren't. Okay,
Okay.
weren't.
Weren't.
They were, they weren't. No
Oh.
cambia, ¿vale? Es una sola sílaba.
No, they weren't.
No, weren't.
Okay.
Todo el mundo aquí dice weren't, pero está mal. Vale, were we together last night?
No, we weren't.
Were you ill yesterday?
No, I wasn't.
No, I wasn't. Was the King of Spain in your kitchen on Sunday?
No, he wasn't.
Was your father born in Moscow?
No, he wasn't.
¿Cómo se decía tinta?
Ink.
Ink. Muy bien. Was David Bisbal famous in 1990?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Were you living in Oslo last year?
No, I wasn't.
Were you listening to Tchaikovsky last night?
No, I wasn't.
¿Cómo se decía mentiroso?
Liar.
Fenomenal. Okay, we're going to mix both affirmative and negative answers now. I will simply say di que sí o di que no. ¿Vale? Were you in Seville last week? Pues sí.
Yes, I was.
Were your children in Italy yesterday? No.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't. Was Beethoven a great composer? Pues sí.
Yes, he was.
Was your grandmother Spanish? Sí.
Yes, he was.
Was it raining yesterday? Creo que no.
No, it wasn't.
Bien. Were we at the airport on Monday? No.
No, we weren't.
Was I at your house last night?
No, you weren't.
Okay. Were you studying English last night?
Yes, I was.
Good. Espero que sí. Repaso de la entrega anterior, la clave del éxito. As per usual, we're going to look very quickly now at some of the main points that came up in last week's lesson. This is so important, not only to review what happened last week, but also what we looked at in previous installments. Okay, comparatives.
España es más grande que Inglaterra.
Spain is bigger than England.
Hoy hace más calor que ayer.
Today is hotter than yesterday.
¿Es Barcelona más hermosa que Madrid?
Is Barcelona more beautiful than Madrid? Every now and again.
De vez en cuando me gusta ir a la piscina.
Every now and again, I like to go to the swimming pool.
De vez en cuando intento hablar francés.
Every now and again, I try to speak French.
De vez en cuando me llaman.
Every now and again, they call me. Know how to.
¿Sabes cómo hacer una tortilla española?
Do you know how to make a Spanish omelette?
Los ingleses no saben bailar.
Es verdad. The English don't know how to dance.
Tienes que saber comunicar.
You have to know how to communicate. Verbos irregulares.
Él hizo un discurso bueno anoche.
He made a great speech last night.
¿Qué nos mandaron?
What did they send us? Phrasal verb.
¿Puedes recogerme a las 4?
Can you pick me up at 4 o'clock?
Te recogerán del aeropuerto.
They'll pick you up from the airport. Was y were born.
No nacimos en España.
We weren't born in Spain.
¿Dónde nacieron?
Where were they born? Vocabulario.
Mañana va a estar nublado.
Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
¿El libro tiene índice?
Does the book have an index? Verbos irregulares. We're going to look now at 3 more irregular verbs. This time, the verb to have, que significa, Annie?
Tener,
The verb to forget,
olvidar,
and to think.
pensar.
Okay, just to reiterate what we say almost every week, there's no point in learning irregular verbs in the following way. Have, had, forget, forgot, forgotten, think, thought, because when it comes to speaking, you will never, ever be able to produce them correctly if you haven't practiced within real contexts. Okay? When I say practice, I mean practice and practice and practice. Practice ad nauseam. Hasta la saciedad. ¿Vale?
Vale.
Okay, we'll start with some easy ones and then we'll look at a few more complicated ones. Todos los días lo tengo.
Every day I have it.
Ayer lo tuve.
Yesterday I had it.
Todos los días lo tienes.
Every day you have it.
Ayer lo tuviste.
Yesterday you had it.
You had it. Todos los días lo tenemos.
Every day we have it.
Ayer lo tuvimos.
Yesterday we had it.
Todos los días él olvida.
Every day he forgets.
Ayer olvidó.
Yesterday he forgot.
Todos los días olvidan.
Every day they forget.
Y ayer,
Yesterday they forgot.
todos los días olvidáis.
Every day you forget.
Ayer olvidasteis.
Yesterday you forgot.
Todos los días ella piensa.
Every day she thinks.
Y ayer,
Yesterday she thought.
todos los días pienso.
Every day I think.
Y ayer,
Yesterday I thought.
good. Okay, we'll look at some more complex ones now, this time in conjunction with the expression last week, que significa.
La semana pasada.
Y ojo, no decimos the last week, ¿ok? Siempre es last week, sin el artículo en inglés. Vale, la semana pasada olvidé el libro.
Last week I forgot the book.
Ok, vamos más rápido. La semana pasada pensamos que era una buena idea.
Last week we thought it was a good idea.
Good. La semana pasada tuviste una fiesta.
Last week you had a party.
La semana pasada olvidaste el informe.
Last week you forgot the report.
La semana pasada tuve una reunión.
Last week I had a meeting.
La semana pasada ella olvidó la sal.
Last week she forgot the salt.
The salt.
The
Como
salt.
si se escribiera S-O-L-T, ¿ok? The salt. La semana pasada tuviste un problema.
Last week you had a problem.
La semana pasada olvidaste el vino.
Last week you forgot the wine.
Good. La semana pasada tuvimos una discusión, que en inglés sería an argument, not a discussion. A discussion, en inglés, significa una discusión profunda, una conversación profunda, ¿vale?
Vale.
Ok.
Last week we had an argument.
An argument. Good. La semana pasada él tuvo una cita.
Last week he had an appointment.
An appointment. Bien. La semana pasada pensé que vendrías.
Last week I thought you were coming.
Last week, I thought you were coming. ¿Cómo se dice presupuesto?
Budget.
Good. La semana pasada olvidaste las llaves.
Last week you forgot the keys.
La semana pasada tuvieron una duda.
Last week they had a doubt.
Vale, me alegro que lo hayas pronunciado así porque la B en la palabra doubt, duda, es muda, ¿vale? A doubt. La semana pasada olvidamos los papeles.
Last week we forgot the papers.
Good.
A continuación, escucharemos el párrafo de la semana.
Where in the world have you been? We've been looking all over the place for you. When are you going to learn to tell your secretary where you're going when you leave your office? The poor girl never knows where you are.
Where in the world have you been? We've been looking all over the place for you. When are you going to learn to tell your secretary where you're going when you leave your office? The poor girl never knows where you are.
Números 18 y 80. Okay, we're going to look at two more numbers which cause a certain amount of confusion when Spaniards hear them. Okay, 18 and 80. We emphasize the second syllable of 18, 18, and the first syllable of 80.
De acuerdo.
80. Okay, I'm going to read some numbers to you and I want you to tell me what you have by reading them back to me in Spanish to make sure I know you've understood them. Okay, the first one, 18.
18.
80.
80.
80.
18.
80. Okay,
80.
80. Dos veces en una trampa. Vale. 18.
Ahora sí, 18.
Good. 3,118.
3.118.
Bien. 7,418.
7.418.
Perfecto. 17,880.
17.880.
18,818.
18.818.
Fenomenal. 318.
318.
380.
380.
¿Ves la diferencia? Muy fácil, ¿no? 4,380.
4.380.
Good. 4,318.
4.318.
Bien. 9,118.
9.118.
Fantástico. Repaso. Indirect questions.
¿Sabes si van a darnos el contrato?
Do you know if they're going to give us the contract?
¿Sabes dónde está mi abrigo?
Do you know where my coat is?
¿Sabes cuál es la respuesta?
Do you know what the answer is?
¿Sabes quiénes son los ganadores?
Do you know who the winners are?
¿Sabes por qué él no quiere decírnoslo?
Do you know why he doesn't want to tell us?
¿Sabes cuánto vino compraron?
Do you know how much wine they bought?
¿Sabes cuántos alumnos hay en la clase?
Do you know how many students there are in the class? To teach someone how to.
Sara enseñó a bailar a Nick.
Sarah taught Nick how to dance.
¿Quién te enseñó a cocinar?
Who taught you how to cook?
Estoy enseñando a mi hijo a montar en bici.
I'm teaching my son how to ride a bike.
Mary enseña a la gente a manejar su tiempo.
Mary teaches people how to manage their time.
¿Me enseñarías a conducir?
Would you teach me how to drive?
Robert está enseñando a su abuela a usar Internet.
Robert is teaching his grandmother how to use the internet. Vocabulario.
¿Cuál es nuestro presupuesto?
What's our budget?
La embajada va a enviar un representante.
The embassy is going to send a representative.
¿Tienes algo para el dolor de cabeza?
Do you have anything for a headache?
¿Me estás llamando mentiroso?
Are you calling me a liar?
Tengo aspirina en mi maleta.
I have some aspirin in my suitcase.
Prohibido dar de comer a los animales.
Don't feed the animals.
Compraré tinta para la impresora.
I'll buy some ink for the printer. Was and were short answers. Was yesterday Thursday? Di que no.
No, it wasn't.
Were the Beach Boys American? Di que sí.
Yes, they were.
Were you alive in 1899?
No, I wasn't.
Muy bien. Was Alexander the Great fat? Pues no.
No, he wasn't.
Was Spain a world power in the 16th century?
Yes, it was.
Was Ava Gardner a famous actress?
Yes, she was.
Were Tom and Jerry cartoon characters?
Yes, they were.
Muy bien. Irregular verbs.
Steve se olvidó de decírtelo el otro día.
Steve forgot to tell you the other day.
Piensa en algo, rápido.
Think of something, now.
Tuve una reunión todo el día de ayer.
I had a meeting all day yesterday. Expresión de la semana.
Me costó mucho encontrar tu oficina esta mañana.
I had trouble finding your office this morning.
A Tom le cuesta utilizar los ordenadores.
Tom has trouble using a computer.
¿Nos costará encontrar un vuelo barato?
Will we have any trouble finding a cheap flight? Grand finale. Okay, Annie, this is your favourite part where I put you to the test and see how well you've assimilated everything we've taught you today. Okay, ¿te cuesta concentrarte?
Do you have trouble concentrating?
Muy bien, ¿sabes dónde está mi sombrero?
Do you know where my hat is?
¿Cómo se dice mentirosa?
Liar.
O mentiroso. Bien, estoy enseñando a mi mejor amigo a conducir.
I'm teaching my best friend how to drive.
Good. Was yesterday Thursday? Pues no.
No, it wasn't.
Were the Beach Boys American? Sí.
Yes, they were.
Good. ¿Cómo se dice maleta?
Suitcase.
Suitcase. Good. Was the budget bigger than you expected? Pues no.
No, it wasn't.
Good. Olvidé dar de comer al perro.
I forgot to feed the dog.
Good. Okay, take a note of the following number and then tell me what you have. 280,580.
280.580.
Bien. 18,880.
18.880.
Fenomenal. ¿Cómo se dice alimentar?
To feed.
¿Sabes dónde está la cueva?
Do you know where the cave is?
Good. Mi mujer tenía dolor de cabeza anoche.
My wife had a headache last night.
Good. ¿Sabes cuántos deberes tienes esta semana?
Do you know how much homework do you have?
No, not do you have. How much homework you have this week. Okay, again?
Okay. Do you know how much homework you have this week?
Good. Sujeto verbo. Bien. No es una pregunta directa. ¿vale? ¿Cómo se dice embajada?
Embassy.
Embassy. Muy bien. Okay, Annie, I'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Ya habrás dedicado más de una hora a absorber nuevos aprendizajes en inglés. Lo más normal ahora es pensar que ya sabes las estructuras presentadas en el libro. No te engañes. Si no dedicas un mínimo de 20 minutos al día entre hoy y el domingo que viene para consolidar tus conocimientos, acabas de desperdiciar un tiempo muy valioso de tu vida. El éxito para aprender un idioma depende de solo una cosa: el esfuerzo continuo del alumno.